G'day guys, how's it going? Alright, in this video I'm showing you this budget motorcycle Bluetooth helmet buddy intercom setup. So that's what it is there. Now what I'm going to do is quickly run through this so I'm not wasting anybody's time. After this I'll most probably ramble on about certain bits and pieces. So this is $59.99. Got it off of eBay. I've got a link in the description to it. Yes, it is an affiliate link. I will get a bit of a kickback. I purchased this myself. I'll go into all that stuff later. Let's have a look at it. Rightio guys, so here it is. That's it sitting there on the helmet. You can see the wires down there, and obviously on the inside there are two speakers and a microphone. So let's have a look at what this thing actually does. Short look is on. So you can get FM radio straight through that unit all by itself. It works. I've tested it. I don't use that function, but it does work. You can connect to, I believe, up to 3. Some of these units, there's different models. This has been around for like 4 years. I believe this only does up to 3 riders. I've only tested it with Matt, so just 2 of us communicating. Works bloody brilliantly. We got it, they say up to 500 meters on this particular one. We got it up to 600 meters before it started to crackle out. You can listen to your music on your phone. You can listen to the instructions from your GPS off your phone. You can make a phone call and you can receive a phone call. I think that's pretty much the basics of what this does. So I'll show you a closer up shot of this bloody unit and how it all works basically. So all I'm going to do is unplug that and rip that off there. I'll show you how I installed it and how you can install it. But basically you have 2 buttons, that button there and that button there. That is 1 button, not 2 buttons. That's what I thought it was to start with. So this is a little dial Duvalaki. So obviously this connects to your phone with your Bluetooth. You just turn your Bluetooth on your phone. You run through the instructions, very simple instructions on how to do it. Like any of these things, yeah, it's click this button, hold it for so many seconds. Once you work it out, it's sweet. So it has this dial thing. Now, if you want to turn the volume up on your music, you turn it up that way and hold it, and it'll just keep going. The volume will keep going up. Once it reaches the end, it'll beep to let you know that you got to the end. If you want to turn it down, you hold it and just do that. You can use this thing with this whole setup here. Works brilliantly with gloves. This one you can, it's just not as good as that, obviously. Now if you want to skip a track or go back a track, all you do is do that like that. So you're not holding it. If you hold it, it turns into the volume. If you just do that, it recognizes that as skipping ahead or skipping back. To take a phone call, basically you just click that. There's lots of different things, but you just do that, and if you want to end the bloody call, you just hold it down for a couple of seconds and it ends the call. That thing there is for pairing to the second rider or second one of these. And also to turn, so when you're riding along with someone and you paired yourselves, you can turn it, press that to start the communication so that you don't have it running all the time if you don't want that. You can have it run all the time. And if you want to, so that was to, and then to turn it off, you press it again and it just shuts it off. You're back in your own helmet, and then you turn it back on and all of a sudden someone else is in your helmet again. That's pretty much it. To recharge it, you have a recharging cable which goes into there. That is also what connects to your, that's the actual camera to that which does the speakers and the microphone. I'm going to grab all this out with the second pack that I've bought. I bought another pack and I liked it that much for Nay, and I'll show you closer up on all that. Rightio, so look, this is a fresh box that I bought. Boom. That is your charge cable. That's your mounting clip that clips in between your helmet, which doesn't work on my helmets. They are the speakers. They're okay speakers, they work, they're fine. If you're really into music, you're most probably not going to like them. The microphone works absolutely brilliantly. So that's what goes in, you just feed it and fit it into your helmet, just, you know, basic. Little tool for using on the bloody clip there. There's the unit. It comes with little bloody bits and pieces that you can use inside your helmet, but this normally just fits in there and it's fine. There's other little pads and bits and pieces, and then of course your instructions, which is very simple to read. There's nothing, you know, I'm bloody bad at times, but I could understand all that information. That was it, basically. Cool. Rightio, so how did I mount this to my helmet? I basically used dual lock Velcro. This is the stuff that I use. So when you're looking at Velcro, you want the dual lock stuff. This doesn't actually say dual lock on it, but just so that you know, if you can see that, hopefully get that in focus. Basically, both these pieces are identical. When you put them together like that, they just scrunch in like that. That's it. This doesn't wear out. I mean, it works brilliantly. So that Scotch dual lock stuff, that's the stuff that you want. I've been using that stuff for years. That's what holds my, where is it? Got it here somewhere. My Sony cameras have that. Just whack it on there and hey presto, that's not going anywhere. Same as this. Oop. Chuck it on there and then you're right to go. Really, really simple. The reason why I did that was because this would not fit in between. I couldn't get it to clamp in there, so I went with the dual lock. Now this is how this comes out. So it's got these little hooks that hooks into that and then clamps on. But when you're going to put some of this stuff on there, that creates an uneven, you can see that, so obviously putting that way, putting that there like that is no good. So I actually cut these off. Now in these plastic things there's a couple of screws. I cut straight through. I used a Dremel and I just cut straight through it. So then I had a nice plain flat surface, stuck that on there, stuck the other one on there, and hey presto, it's been working fine ever since. So if you're not too sure about cutting those off, I cut them off, I didn't have a problem. That's all I can say. As for the fitting of the speakers and the phone, you basically get the wires, you pull your cheap things out and you just run it around. There's a pro tip there if you're wanting to use the FM radio, that either the left or the right. The longer one is the one that you run, and they say to run it over the top of the helmet, which is how I did it. I didn't know about it, but that's just naturally how I did it, and that acts as kind of like an aerial for the FM radio. But like I said, the radio works fine. And another pro tip is when you're mounting this, and I'll just put this on. So when you mount this, see that there? So you'll tend, if you don't think about this beforehand, you'll mount that down low here, and then you have that hanging down here, so that when you sit that down on a shelf, or you put your helmet down, it's always going to be hitting on that wire there, which is what Matt did when he first did his. So just raise that up so that it allows the clearance for that cable, so that when you're sitting your helmet down, it's not knocking on that. And that's a connection point, so you don't want movement or hitting on a connection point because it will stuff it up. So that's basically how I installed it. Very, very simple. Now, so for those that just want a quick bloody video and want me to say that, yeah, buy it, that's it, that's done. $59.99, links in the description. Shut up, take my bloody money. That's it, I recommend it. I wasn't paid, this wasn't given to me, I purchased it. I purchased it after Matt had actually purchased it for him. I, about 8 or 9 years ago with a mate Craig, we went to, on the cruises, we did a ride across the Nullarbor. We purchased these particular ones. We had open face helmets and we just didn't like them. It was always, hey, what you say, it's having to slow down really. It was like, we ended up just turning the bloody things off, and when we wanted to chat we'd just, you know, wave or say hey and slow down, blah blah blah. But after Matt got this particular one and seeing his working and that, I went, wow, it's obviously come a long way. So that's why I bought it. And now I've set up affiliate links with actually Amazon and eBay. Now this is for the regular guys that watch my videos. So I thought, hey, why not? I'll give it a shot and let's see what happens. So there's a link in there. If you click on that, go through there, I'll get a kickback, whatever. Rightio, so just to reiterate, this is a budget bloody setup. It's not a center, it's not a cardio, it's not the latest greatest technology, it's still using Bluetooth. But if you're in the market for getting one and you don't have a lot of money, buy that. I fully recommend using it. Now for the rambling part, obviously I talked about why and how I came across getting that, so that's already done. I have had feedback because obviously people that watch the channel through the videos and me testing this over the last few months, I've had feedback. Now Matt's one of the speakers ended up buggering up. He believes it's his roughness or something that he did. It was coming in and out, so that's a bugger up. Mine is still working perfectly fine, not a problem whatsoever. I've had someone say that the dial on there has stopped functioning. I've had a couple say that they've had theirs for over 12 months and both of theirs are working perfectly. And this is like anything, you know, sometimes you can get a lemon, sometimes some people are more rough than others. Did you ride with the bloody pouring down rain? It says it's, I think it's weatherproof or waterproof, not waterproof, water resistant, so a bit of sprinkling of rain or water on it's not going to affect it. Matt's had it working while riding in the rain, not a problem. If it's torrential rain, unplug it, pull it out, put it in your bloody pocket or your tank bag. I wouldn't, it's obviously it's not waterproof. I believe it's been around for 4 years. I seen a review on YouTube and that was like 4 years old, so the unit's been around. Obviously they've made little updates as they go along, I presume. You can get the microphone with the boom, so the big boom thing that comes out, so if you've got an open face helmet or something like that, so you can get that. There's different models of those. Right, yeah, I think that's as much as I can tell you. So I've fully tested the FM, that works, no worries. Taking a phone call, receiving the phone call, it works brilliantly. I've done that quite a few times with Nay, and she said I couldn't even tell that you were on a motorbike. She said it was clear just like normal. Same as I've tested with Matt when Matt's been riding back home from here. I've rang him up on the phone. I couldn't tell. It was just, it blew my bloody mind. That's why I ended up buying this thing. Couldn't believe it. Music wise, for me, the music is fine. I'm not an aficionado of music, so anything's good for me. Matt is, Matt's into his music and all that, and he said they're fine. It's obviously not, brilliant bloody speakers at all. But he said, for listening to music, it's between not listening and listening to music, he said they're fantastic. So, microphone brilliant. And just the general use, being a motorcycle rider, having gloves on, because that's a lot of the time, the buttons and bits and pieces they forget about motorcycle riders with. Even though they're targeting it for a motorcycle on a helmet, they forget about gloves. And everything seems to work. I can still work everything fine with the gloves. There's a little learning curve, not much of a learning curve. I've learnt it, so anybody can bloody learn how to use it. It's pretty simple. You'll have it picked up in no time. Alright, that's it guys. I can't ramble on any more about it. There you go. Alright, remember, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.